thanks so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. Adi, you want to start off with that a little bit because United have been super impressive this season. I'm not celebrating third by any stretch, but I'm celebrating the fact that we've progressed. Europa should be just a little cherry on the cake, shouldn't it?
I wouldn't go that far. I think we should reach the final. That's the minimum expectation.
Okay.
But I do fancy Inter Milan only because of Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
I would never underestimate an Antonio Conte team because man to man we probably have better players.
Yeah.
But when it comes to putting in a team performance, you can always count on Inter to click.
Yeah.
But I would say that I think we need to hold our horses and just wait for the final. I think we should beat Inter Milan, but it's close. It's a lot closer than we think.
We might meet Wolves as well in the semi-finals. I mean, if they win their tie against Sevilla, but Sevilla, of course, made this tournament their own. Jordy, let me bring you in because, of course, no Newcastle in Europe. Let me take that dig first and foremost. But having said that, European football at this moment in time is like almost oxygen for football fans, right? Because pretty much in unprecedented times, football calendar-wise, how much are you looking forward to the final 8 of both competitions, let alone the Europa and the Champions League? Your thoughts about the Europa first and who can really win it?
As of now, I think based on form, Man United are like they're flying right now. So I expect them to lift the trophy this time.
Who else do you see as real candidates for winning the tournament? Because Aditya, of course, mentioned Inter. I mentioned Wolves. Sevilla's, of course, always there and thereabouts. The last 8 Europa Leagues apparently been won by Spanish and English teams, essentially. So will it kind of follow suit?
I think even Wolves might have a chance. Not like because I think they have a number on Man United, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
They've always done well against them. And they have a good chance of going to the final. And actually the dark horses I think are Shakhtar. They're getting overlooked here. They have a very solid team. And they have goals in
Shakhtar as well. I mean, glad you brought that up because Shakhtar, if you look at the dark horses in this final 8, they could be and spring a real surprise. You never know. Bayer Leverkusen as well. The Germans have done well apart from their season. Post-lockdown, I think they've been in really good form. Let me just ask you a key couple of players who really stood out for you in terms of this season, generally in the season, Europe or domestically as well. Adi, let me start with you. I mean, familiar names in terms of United, of course, but anyone else who's impressed you in Europe that you want to probably see in a United shirt going forward?
To be honest, I think United need a centre-back. So I probably a bunch of centre-backs. I think we're in for the Monaco centre-back. I'm not sure what his name is.
A pacey centre-back, I think, with Maguire would probably do wonders.
Yeah, precisely. Because I think Lindelof's a good player, but the thing is, he's not one of those killer centre-backs that we need.
Yeah.
We need a monster to partner Maguire. Lindelof's a good player, but if you put if he played against someone like Drogba and those kind of strikers of the past, he'd get bullied. And Man United historically have never had that kind of centre-back that a big centre-forward could bully.
Yeah, absolutely. I think valid points there. And it's almost sounded like a broken tape recorder from all United fans because all the fans that I've got on the show have said we need a pacey centre-back. As much as we like to be bedazzled by a Sancho on the right wing and maybe another crafty midfielder, I think essentially a centre-back should do the trick. Let's talk Champions League now, Jordy, in terms of what's in store because Manchester City, United's rivals, could really be well on their way to win a competition like this. Guardiola was, remember, brought in for this job. Do you think he'll probably get it there finally, or do you see some obstacles in City's way?
I can't see them go past Bayern, unfortunately. Okay. Bayern are rampant right now, and I don't trust City's defense to handle Bayern. But you never know. Yeah.
So technically, they'll probably either meet Bayern in the final because they'll probably beat Lyon, and then they'll face Barca in the semis, or Bayern in the semis, depending on how that fixture goes. PSG, another team who probably will come through the other route with Atletico as well. Adi, for you, is it almost picking a lottery winner here, or is it someone more clear-cut?
I have 2 favorites. I have obviously Bayern Munich and I have Man City.
Okay.
Because for me, I think this is, for me with Man City, I think it's Pep's best chance to win the Champions League.
Okay.
Because some of the teams that usually can beat City are out. Pep always struggles against these dogged teams like Liverpool, like Juventus. These are the teams that I thought could beat Man City. But right now, I think they'll sail through. Because I think Man City will beat Barcelona if they play Barcelona. If Barca somehow miraculously beat Bayern, they're going to beat Barcelona.
Yeah.
But they should reach the final. I think.
I was discussing this with a couple of United fans because technically we want anyone to beat City because we don't want City to win the Champions League the same year. Liverpool won the league and the same year Leeds get promoted. So it's almost a nightmare for United fans. But you talk about City winning the league. Their path will probably be in Lyon, like I said. The winner of Barca was Bayern. And you're saying if Barca beat Bayern, I think City, I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, I just said Barca would beat. I think Bayern Munich is going to beat Barcelona, but you never know. I genuinely think this is Pep's best chance to win the Champions League in a while.
Okay.
I think especially in Man City. I mean, they've underperformed. I think this year they have a genuine chance because next year you never know how the fixtures go and teams will come back stronger. I think they have a legit chance this year.
No, I mean, well said. I think also, Jody, let me bring you in because are we overlooking Atalanta, PSG, Leipzig, Atletico because that's the other route, and those are some good teams as well. And on a given day, considering they're one-off ties, you could really pick any winner, right?
Yeah. So Atletico, I think they're like monsters in this format of knockout. So I don't think we can write them off yet.
Yeah.
Simeone can just grind out victories. I've loved watching this season. It's so good to watch. But it may be a hurdle too much for them.
No, I completely agree. And what about PSG and Mbappe's injury? How much will that be a hindrance? The fact that they've...
I think Mbappe is already training. He might make the game. So that's a huge thing for them. And I think this is their best chance as well. Just like City, this might be PSG's best chance.
Yeah, I think PSG as well are in competition for the first time. The fact that we talk about Bayern because they're always there and thereabouts. Let me focus on one man in particular who's been absolutely stellar this Champions League and let alone the Bundesliga as well. I'm talking about Lewandowski. How impressive has he been for you? Because we talk about Messi and Ronaldo and that elite level where no one can touch them. But if you just talk about the footballers in that tier 2 category, Lewandowski is a name which pops up, right? He's 4 goals behind Ronaldo's 17 goals Champions League in that typical record. What about this season? Do you think he can get there?
Yeah, possibly. I think Lewandowski has been quite underrated for a few years. He's been performing at a ridiculous level. But Bayern Munich are just one of those teams like Juventus that are just cursed in the Champions League. They never quite make it. They're always a team that's in the reckoning, but they just never quite get there.
Yeah.
But I think this time they genuinely have a fantastic side. I think just having them as favorites against Barcelona just shows the kind of form they're in. Barcelona is struggling, but it would be very hard for you to just say some team is a favorite over a Lionel Messi team.
Yeah.
But that's how good Bayern Munich are. And I think particularly this season with Lewandowski, I think he's had a system that suits him more. And I also think physically he's peaking. He's had a few years where he's been in the Bundesliga and he's performed well. And I think this year and the next year will probably be his peak years.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that Bayern's success has sort of coincided with him peaking at the same time. And that's usually when you have great sides, when your best players peak right when you have the perfect team situation. So Lewandowski has been amazing, but he's been amazing for a few years actually. Not just
the fact that he's been the perfect target man, number 9 sort of centre forward that we've seen in recent times, and his numbers illustrate that as well. Guys, let me just talk to you about Juventus before I get to predictions about the winners in the respective competition. So much of talk, Sarri sacked, Pirlo appointed, Ronaldo not winning the Champions League again, won the Serie A again. What's in store? Jody, we'll start with you. How do you look at Juventus from a neutral fan point of view right now?
I'm not sure about Pirlo's appointment. I think it might be a risk. And with Cristiano wanting to leave, it leaves him in a limbo right now. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Okay, and Adi, you?
Yeah, I agree.
Echo those thoughts.
I think this is just like some sort of a superficial observation, but to me, Ronaldo at Juventus hasn't quite worked.
Okay.
It just seems like, especially when playing under Sarri, it seemed like Ronaldo's the kind of player I think that you would need to feed him the ball. You need to make him the focal point of your attack.
Yeah.
But in Juventus, they're talented players as well. And I'm not really sure the club really catered to Ronaldo on the pitch as much as he'd wanted to. So for me, I think it'd be best if Ronaldo leaves, because he's achieved what he wanted to domestically, and you can never hold that against him.
And go where?
Records there.
He's not conquered the Bundesliga. Do you see a German move perhaps on the pipeline?
Last I read, he was linked to
PSG are sniffing right now.
Yeah. I'm not sure how legitimate that is, but I think with the exorbitant money that they're paying Cristiano and the fact that you would have to sort of tailor your team to suit him, because he's more of a goal scorer than he is a team player. So it would be beneficial for both parties, I think, if he left. I don't think Juventus would lose much if he left. And that is no disrespect to Cristiano. He's a fantastic player. But I think it would be better for both parties.
All right, only time will tell, of course, in that respect. But let's not put you all to the test, because I know growing up with you all in college, both of you all had a certain knowledge of football, and I hope that's intact, especially with given scenarios right now. So we just do a bunch of questions with the fans who come on to the show. We have different rounds. We'll start with the first round, which is called Name Any. So we'll start with Jordi. Jordi, here's your question. Name any 5 past winners of the Europa League.
Sevilla.
Right.
Man United.
Right.
Let me think.
You got 3.
I think Sevilla won like 3 in a row. So.
Yeah, but you can't count that. You can't count that.
Valencia. I think Valencia won.
No, that's wrong.
Not really. To be honest, I don't watch the Europa League at all. Even when Man United play, I barely watch it. It's like, I don't know why this competition exists. I'm one of those guys.
I've heard that before from a lot of fans as well, including United fans. But just to touch upon the answer there, so I was looking for Sevilla, Man United, Atletico, Chelsea, and Shakhtar Donetsk as well, who won it just in 2000.
Chelsea last won it in 2014, right?
Last year, they beat Arsenal.
Oh yeah, last year they won it last year.
And they won it under.
It was best of a final.
Yeah, they won it under Benitez as well. So here's your name, any Adi. Name any 3 European final venues of the Champions League since 2010. Fairly straightforward.
Wembley.
Right.
Wow. Lisbon.
You're right with Lisbon. You're right with Wembley. Do you want to give me another one barring Istanbul?
I can't think of anything. I don't know why. Santiago Bernabeu. That's another location.
That's another location. Spot on. So Adi gets hit. This is basically your do or die name any. So one of y'all, whoever gets it, gets it. Considering Barca are playing Bayern later this week, name any 3 players who played for both clubs, Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
Who are currently playing in both those teams, or anybody?
Anyone, past or present.
Coutinho, Kevin Prince Boateng.
Right.
Mark Van Bommel.
Yeah, sorted. Who can get to 3 first?
Mark Van Bommel. Can I name who Jordi's already named?
I mean, if you were going to name those. But just for the spirit of the quiz, I think both of y'all are on the right track. I think there were others such as Vidal, who also made his move.
Yeah, Vidal.
Oh, Vidal. Yeah, Vidal.
And Thiago Alcantara as well, who also plays with Bayern right now. Right, so moving on to the next part, and this is a little interesting here. Who Am I is the name of the game, the second round that is. So we'll start with Adi here. I'm describing a particular player who's currently in the Champions League right now with their teams as well. So it's from the 8 teams, so that's your big clue, and then I'll give you 4 clues as we play along. All right? So
okay.
I'm going to describe a player, tell me who am I. In March 2014, I was named a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. In addition to my native Polish, I also speak English and German. On the 25th of February this year, I equaled Ronaldo's record of 9 away goals.
Lewandowski.
Spot on. I think that last clue gave it away, and Johnny's just shaking his head.
No, when you said Polish, I was like, this has to be Lewandowski.
Yeah.
You said Polish and German, so I'm like, this has to be Lewandowski. Yeah.
Fair enough. Straightforward one. I think this will probably be an easy one for Johnny as well. Johnny, this is your Who Am I? I have played for 2 German clubs as well as 2 English clubs. My autobiography entitled Keep It Simple was published in 2014. I scored against Brazil in the 2018 World Cup. And I scored my 50th goal for my club in February this year. So he's played for 2 German clubs as well as 2 English clubs. He got his documentary, Keep It Simple, published in 2014. He scored against Brazil in the 2018 World Cup in Russia. And he scored
Is it Muller?
You want to guess again?
Uh,
Muller's not played for 2 English clubs.
oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I thought 2 German clubs. Sorry. Yeah.
2 German clubs as well as 2 English clubs.
Gundogan.
No. So the answer that I was looking for was that little boy
De Bruyne.
they call Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne,
Ah, damn. Yeah.
He's of course represented Werder Bremen as Wolfsburg as well, and I think he's got Chelsea and City as well on his team.
Yeah.
And that's the Who Am I. So this is the do or die Who Am I, so to speak. Pardon the rhyme. So whoever gets it, gets it. Describing this player right now, and here it is. I was born in 1994 to a Ghanaian father and a Dutch mother. I began pursuing a hip-hop career in 2017. In April 2020, I was criticized by several animal rights organizations, and I played, and this is a giveaway clue, I played for PSV, Manchester United, and
Memphis.
Memphis Depay is the right answer indeed. So,
You said hip hop career, I thought of Memphis, but then I didn't know about the animal rights stuff. Yeah.
no, I think PSV was a giveaway clue over there. Right,
Yeah.
so that basically is the quiz, guys, and well done to both of y'all, because technically there's no real winner here. It's just testing all the fans who come on and speak fully with me. But let's just finish the show with predictions, Europa League winners and Champions League winners, because I can play back for fun later and mock both of y'all. But who knows? I'm predicting United to win Europa League, and I'm predicting probably Bayern to steal the Champions League. Adi, you echo those thoughts?
I'm going to go full-blown Manchester. I think it's going to be United and City.
It'll be interesting because Manchester derby in the UEFA Super Cup to kick the season off later on as well. That'll be tasty as ever. Jordy, you agree with those, or you have something completely different?
No, I agree with you actually. I think Man United and Bayern are going to clinch it.
Fingers crossed. Hope we've not jinxed it, fella. And Adi, quickly on Jadon Sancho, I've read latest news apparently that he's picked for the Dortmund squad. The deadline is over. Are we getting him? Are we not?
Last I read from Fabrizio Romano, who's a very, very credible journalist. He's the guy that usually gets everything right.
Yeah.
He said talks are still going on. Personal terms have been agreed, but it's just something to do with the upfront fee. I think United don't want to pay whatever the fee is. I think it's 100 and something million. They don't want to pay it upfront. They want to pay some of it upfront and some of it in installments. I think that's what he was talking about.
Absolutely.
I'm positive saying Sancho would happen.
There's apparently a City fan who's come along in the last couple of minutes in the show just to make it in time. He was scheduled for the show, but let's just try to bring on Akash, who joins us right now from the Man City Supporters Club in Bengaluru. Akash?
That exists?
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi, what's up? Better late than never. We were just winding up the chat. We finished the quiz, but we'd love to get your thoughts about City winning the Champions League in terms of, is it meant for Guardiola this season? Because the boys have agreed it could be a City season, and you have to know that the panel is 2/3 red. So what's your take on the Champions League?
Yeah, I mean, we think about it every season, to be honest, but I think this season is probably the best option to win it, probably because of the teams that have been eliminated and the teams that are remaining.
Yeah.
I still think Lyon will not be easy because they beat us last time when we played them at home, and we can't take anybody lightly. I remember when we played Spurs, it wasn't it wasn't that we were overconfident, but we thought we could easily beat them, and they beat us on away goals and they went through. So we never know what happens. So, but yeah, I think this year is a good year for us to win the Champions League. I don't think we'll get a better draw than this year.
Yeah, I think you took the words out of Adi's mouth, who said the same thing before you came on. Let me just quickly ask you, because I was asking the boys as well about the particular path to the final that a City fan would want. Considering you might beat Lyon, we'll take that. Who would you prefer playing, a Bayern or a Barca? Because you inevitably might meet a PSG or an Atletico in the final, so it should be Bayern or Barca. So who are you hoping for?
Well, both are really, really strong teams, but it's going to be one exciting semi-final if we get past Lyon. Personally, I would want Barcelona because it's just so much more exciting when you have, the likes of Messi, Suarez, and everybody else playing against us. Because the last time we played Barcelona, it was so hyped up. Bayern are a very strong team. I wouldn't want to face them at the moment, to be honest. Yeah. That's another reason why I would want Barcelona, because Bayern, I feel, are the strongest team currently in the Champions League, and they are the favorites to even win it. So I hope Barcelona beat Bayern, and Barcelona are a bit shaky this season as well, so we can take a chance on them, but I wouldn't want to face Bayern. No.
No, and make it more dramatic. I mean, if it's Barca versus City, considering it's going to be Pep versus Barca, and that's going to be fun to watch as well. But we appreciate your thoughts, Akash. Apologies for not getting you earlier, considering you were stuck with work. But I hope that City do get their dream, but eventually fall in the final leg. I think Adi's hoping that, it is a UEFA Super Cup to watch out later, and Jordy resonates the same things with me. But it's having fun at the same time with all football fans right now watching the Champions League and the Europa League. Thanks so much for all you guys for joining us, and we'll see you on the other side, I guess. See you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.